Today, we're speedrunning Super Mario 3D World 100% World 1. It's a really cool speedrun, but often gets forgotten behind the behemoths of the other Super Mario games. And let's be honest, the cornerstone mechanic of cat suits didn't suit everyone. But I love the game with all of its side activities and fun movement, and all of that is even more fun in a speedrun. So let's get started. We start the run off with stage 1-1, and we choose Toad. In this game, we can choose between Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach. Toad is the fastest on the ground, so we choose him for this stage. First up, we need to pick up the cat form, which we will need for the entire run. So if we get hit by any enemies or die, it's a reset. Cat form lets us climb up walls, use a swipe attack, dive forward for extra speed, and since we're doing the 100% run, we need to get all 3 stars and each stamp on every level, and many of them are in places only cat form can get to. So it's required. The main techniques we use to move faster in cat form is diving forward to gain momentum when we're standing still, and then using the cat dive forward. When we dive forward, we also need to swipe right before hitting the ground so we don't get staggered. Here we'd lose a lot of time if we mess up an input, since we get stuck on a box. Luckily, we get past the section and just need to dive down to where the 3rd star is. We take the box up, climb up, and then run to the flag. And with that, we climb to the top of the flagpole, and here we get to experience the best part of this run. So when you finish a stage in cat form, each character will meow instead of their normal cheer.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
It's probably just an enunciation thing, but it seems like when the voice actor for Toad saw these 4 letters with an exclamation point, they did not connect it to any English word, and they just sound it out, as if it's some kind of catchphrase that Toad says. So we get this after every Toad stage.
Meow. Meow.
Now we're on to stage 1-2. This is a stage where movement is incredibly important. It's easy to mess things up and lose a ton of time. And this first section requires a quick dive into a few different awkward jumps. We kill a couple Goombas on the way until we reach the pipe and can continue on. And after we get the 1st star, we need to climb up to the 2nd story and enter the box. We have 10 seconds to kill 2 Koopa guys in order to collect our 2nd star. Next, we travel through a pipe, then through another pipe to get the stamp, and finally, we need to make a precise jump in order to grab the star that's in the middle of a Goomba stack. We get it perfectly, and with that, we have all the stars and can finish out the level and mentally prepare for the next boss stage. Possibly the next Dark Souls. Here we need to take out 2 bosses at once. It's crazy difficult, but now we're on to stage 1-3, which isn't crazy different from the previous 2, so I'll go through it quickly. We need to climb up a tree for the 1st star, enter a hidden pipe on the left, and then collect a bunch of the most annoying coins on Earth to get the 2nd star. We easily grab the stamp, then we climb up this post sky and shoot up into the clouds. Here we find the last star, and now we can finish out the level. And this leads us to our first side activity, the water section. For this level, we need to surf down the water as fast as possible and collect all 3 stars in a stamp. At one point, this stage forks off into 2 different paths, one that leads to a star and one that leads to a stamp. And there's a large wall dividing the 2. But we can get both in a single attempt by using the multiplayer functionality. Basically, the way it works is if 2 people press jump at the same time, you get a super jump that goes way higher than a normal jump. So halfway through the level, we need to connect a 2nd controller and start playing both of them at the same time with 1 hand each. It's super wonky, but it allows us to grab the star here and then use this ramp plus the super jump to barely get over the wall where the stamp is. It's a super hard trick and it's super easy to die. So we're taking this run to the end. I've done so many runs that died here, and we're not losing this one. After finishing it out, we move on to stage 1-5, where we pick Luigi, since he can jump higher. Basically, Luigi is best for jump speed, Toast is best for ground speed, Peach can fly and do some unique skips, and Mario, I guess he's just there to do whatever. I really hate this stage since we need to use a Switch controller motion detection to hit a bunch of pads. It's super finicky and hard to control, but we managed to get the first set without too much difficulty, so that's a win. Next, we can jump up this wall to get the 1st star. Then we need to get another stupid floor of question marks. And this one is extra annoying since you can't click them through the walls, so it takes a minute. Next, we get a break where we enter a box in order to find the 2nd star that's in another box. But after that, you guessed it, we need to do some more stupid question marks. Grab the star in the middle, and then go to the end of the stage where the stamp is waiting. Next is the 2nd side activity of World 1, where we need to collect 5 stars as Toad who cannot jump. We get the 1st star under the platform, skipping the other 2 so we can get them later. Next, we maneuver perfectly past the slow-moving enemies, take the elevator to the 2nd star, then go for the star on the top left. I don't fall and lose a bunch of time, I get it with no problem, I fall down, and then I grab the last star, which leads us to the final stage of World 1. For this stage, we collect these 8 coins for star 1. Next, we blow up the wall with a soccer ball bomb in order to get the stamp, and right after, we climb up this wall for the second star. After that, we need to kill these Goombas for the last star, and now we have everything. On to the final boss. This boss is pretty easy, and we're gonna use the Switch controllers to make it even quicker. Basically, when Bowser throws a soccer ball bomb, we can slap it back onto him for a quick hit. It's a little tricky to get the hang of it. I actually miss a few here, but I'm pretty happy with the rest of my run, so we're gonna push on through it. It does take me quite a few times to hit it, but I get my 3rd hit, and I can finally end the 100% World 1 run with an okay time. I really do like this game despite hating it the whole time I was playing, but if you like the game or want me to torture myself more, let me know in the comments what Mario games I should try next, or really any game for that matter.